communication. Sometimes they might not be audible with it, but you have to have those keys to see it.
Absolutely.
As well.
I like it. Keys, so you just turn it on. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever had somebody sit right next to you, or sit by you, and you know who they are, but they think you don't know who they are?
Yes.
Or the fact of the matter that you know exactly who they are, but that maybe they don't know who you are. It's interesting how people don't take the time to really know. You know, we talk about, you know, what Craig does is he does such a great job in regards to getting to know those youngsters. They get a chance to know him. And then if there's any concern or question mark, you know, that trust is there.
Yes.
And that magic word trust is about individuals who are always truthful and authentic. Then the trust is there. And if not, they have to figure out a way to fix that.
Well, a lot of people want to judge a book by a cover.
I like it.
And sadly, I mean, when you do that, sometimes you're totally wrong until you get to see them, or you hear this or you hear that about them. So you already have those prejudgments.
Absolutely.
So, I mean,
right.
You have hair. We're two good bald guys that are good looking.
Okay, there we go.
We make him look good, don't we?
Well,
yes,
yeah, I can't grow any fuzz over here, you know. So
we can give him a suntan in the sun with our reflection.
There we go. Hey, that helps. I don't have to go down to DR every 2 months. There we go. Okay, I like that. No, great point, Avenue. So I think, you know, the key avenue that is communication through all challenges and through the good times is so important for our young student athletes, our older student athletes, business owners, and in society overall to understand.
I mean, through injury as an athlete, as a coach, you have to have that communication there constantly. Be positive with it. You can't be that negative, because once that negative gets there,
right,
that player's pretty much going to even take longer, because now you have to rebuild them as they come back, and that's if even they're the same player. You
know, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Most coaches, chip in here, Craig, you know, at every, most coaches, most business owners, most leaders do not know how to rebuild.
Yes.
You know, that's my forte here on I consult all across everywhere on helping with that and have passion on that. But the fact of the matter, they don't know how to do it because they don't want to put the energy and the time, and they don't want to be authentic.
And they forget how to build from the ground up.
Absolutely. But the fact is, if you're honest and truthful, and you know what, if you made a mistake, I just told a leader this, yesterday. If you make a mistake and you're not honest and open, then you know what? Snap. Quick apology. Say, hey, mistake was made. Let's move forward.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, that simple apology is giant to allow the understanding to take place. It's just like a little one. You know, you accidentally step on their toe. How many times have we all done that? You know, just say I'm sorry, or the kid's crying or running away.
But there are coaches and there are business owners that see this as a sign of weakness as well.
Yeah,
and they won't take the time to make that apology, or they won't do it in public, or
sure,
it's behind, you know, a closed door, so to speak, where it might have been an embarrassment in public. So,
right. You know, there's a great quote. I love that you said that, Craig. There's a great quote by a great quarterback by the name of Tom Brady. He said, "Great leaders will go ahead and admit and apologize to have strength." To have strength. And you know what? That's interesting. If you're able to have strength by apologizing, then think about the respect you have. Now, you can have that fake apology that means nothing. He actually talked about this on when he was interviewed. He said, but the fact of the matter is, like, you know, my line, my offense, always throughout my career would always say to me, I got you, because the fact that they knew I'm the first one to say, I made a mistake, and I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to apologize, and it's real. I think that's a large statement from a person that, in the realm of sports, says a lot.
You know, I think partly to Anthony's point too is you need to be able to communicate to your team if you're coaching a team, and let them know. I think you gain their respect by doing that, especially doing it to the team and not an individual.
Gotcha. I gotcha. I love it. Well, AJ, before we give a chance to circle back with Craig and have him talk about sessions, I know there was a couple of topics that you wanted to maybe hit real big here before we can watch the Patriots. Sorry, football is...
Dolphins are on.
Okay. So what is that topic that you wanted to talk about for a minute that I know you had in regards to talking about communication with athletes and talking about the authentic side of communication?
I mean, Craig hit a lot of it. It's being true, not being fake. You have to be true when you're speaking, especially to youngsters like Craig. I mean, it's amazing that he's been at it for so long. Does a great job. Mm-hmm. But you have to be true. You can't give them a fake. We know a lot of people. Oh, hi, how you doing? And they give you that little wet noodle of a handshake. You have to be authentic at all times.
Absolutely.
As a person, as a coach, as a player. I mean, right now at this day and age, there's a lot of that fakeness to it.
By far.
And it's like he said, you show that excitement.
Sure.
Don't be monotone. Don't stay in that one level. And you just keep building that rapport with the kids or the players. The students come first, then the athletes second.
I like it. So, as we go into continuing next week on Project 3 and talking about this, we are looking at all three communities, North Ridgeville, we're looking at Bay Village, and we're looking at Garfield Heights in regards to the communication among the whole entire city, and including the coaches in the classroom, throughout the school, administration, and we are seeing growth. We are seeing a lot of growth. We're also seeing what needs to be worked on, and there's a lot. Talking about the city of North Ridgeville, they won their third game. Of course, the winning wasn't on the offensive side. Tickets were not really sold, but defense was amazing. To watch that defense, actually both sides with Olmsted Falls and North Ridgeville, both defenses were spectacular. But coming down to the end, the better defense won the game for them in Olmsted Falls on a great Friday night event. And looking at both sides, looking in the stands, looking at the coaches on both sides, talking to actually a collegiate coach at the time, just having a small conversation, a little bit about what's going on, and comparing this on all realms, all the way across the country, is amazing to see that, it takes small steps, baby steps, to show the truth, and then all of a sudden you're going to have growth. We're going to talk in greater detail about all three communities on episode 3, and we're going to talk a lot bit more about that. But you know what? I want our sponsored guest here, Craig Collins, to go ahead and talk about your sessions that are coming up for preschool sports here in Avon Lake, because I think you have some that just started right now, right?
We just started our session yesterday, actually Saturday. We have preschool sports during the school year. It's on Saturday mornings. We, again, do ages 3 to 5. I will allow some 2.5-year-olds after speaking with individual parents on that. But I follow traditional sporting season. Currently, we're doing football, t-ball, and outdoor soccer, and we do have space available. People want to come in and sign up for weeks 2 through 5. Then in November, we kick off our winter session indoors. We're going to do basketball, cheerleading, a multi-sport class, indoor soccer. And then on Sundays, we do our K-4 sports, which are grades K through 4. We have a volleyball class that goes grades K through 4 on Sunday afternoon. And then we also have a K-4 basketball league. For that, we, however, try and keep it grades K through 2. Usually in January, all the rec departments start up their own basketball program, and this is kind of a filler in between. So there's a lot to go. And then we run sessions every 4 to 5 weeks throughout the school year, all the way through May, and then we start our outdoor sessions in May, and we go with spring t-ball, spring outdoor soccer, and then summer there's camps and spring and summer t-ball. So again, it's year-round. We love to have people come out. Class sizes vary depending on the time of the year in the sport. Could be as small as 15, could be as high as 45.
Awesome.
Children in the program. And then we have volunteer coaches that help us, and then we also have middle school and high school kids that come in and work out. So we try and keep the ratios down to about 1 to 6, which makes it manageable. But we want the kids to have fun. Every class is an hour long. Kids look forward to come in. We do special activities. Christmas time we'll have Santa Claus come in. Easter time we do Easter eggs hunts. Things of that nature. Again, Super Bowl comes up. We try and make it fun for the kids.
Cool.
With our multi-sport class offering a football class. If there's anybody that has ideas on what they'd like, we're always willing to try any different sport coming up is going to be cheer, which is starting to take popularity. Volleyball's taking popularity. So we'd love to see if anyone has questions. They can reach out to me at preschoolsports.org. On there, my contact information, email address, so they can go ahead and send me something direct, or they can register. We have a full photo gallery. You can look at all of our pictures from all of our programs. We try and post pictures weekly of the classes just to let parents see their own child, because a lot of times you're tied up in enjoying them. We want to try and capture the moment for you. So
That's awesome. Well, you know what? We're going to have a little bit more of a conversation when we get off air on regards to your K through 4, because as you know, and we had a nice conversation piece in regards to, the Greater Cleveland Elementary of Ohio Conference, which is 2 through 4 in the 3 sports, might be tying into a little bit what you're talking about here, which that's something that maybe we can talk a little bit more in detail, which actually, just talking right now, made me think about that.
there you go.
So that's interesting. So these conversations always spark
Good ideas.
greater ideas. I like it. All right, so we're going to be continuing next week on Talking on More. See you then.
We'll see you guys
And
soon.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
Appreciate it.